The doorknob turns easily under my palm. Too easily. I don't even have time to process that something's wrong before I'm stumbling into the room, my overstuffed duffel bag catching on the doorframe. And that is when I see him. My new roommate is standing in the middle of our dorm room, facing away from me, completely shirtless. Water droplets trail down his spine, disappearing into the waistband of his jeans that hang dangerously low on his hips. His back is a masterpiece of muscle, broad shoulders tapering to a narrow waist, every movement making those muscles shift and flex under golden skin. He is reaching up to grab something from the top shelf, and the motion makes his entire back ripple like something out of a Calvin Klein ad. I freeze. My brain short-circuits. Every rational thought evaporates. Then he turns around. Sweet mother of, his chest is even better than his back. Defined pecs, cut abs that look like they've been carved by Michelangelo himself. That perfect V-line pointing south. His damp, blonde hair falls across his forehead, and when his green eyes meet mine, there's a flicker of surprise, followed immediately by something else. Something that makes my stomach flip. A slow, dangerous smile spreads across his face. Well, he drawls, his voice deep and amused. Hello to you too, roomie. I make a sound that is somewhere between a squeak and a dying walrus. My face erupts into flames. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, I thought. The key, I slam my hands over my eyes. But it is too late, the image is seared into my retinas. I'll be seeing those abs in my dreams for the rest of my life. I'm leaving. I'm so sorry. I stumble backward, still covering my eyes, and crash directly into my duffel bag. My arms windmill as I try to catch my balance, fail spectacularly, and land hard on my ass in the hallway. Through the open door, I hear rich, warm laughter. You okay out there? Fine. I squeak, scrambling to my feet. Totally fine. Just going to go die of embarrassment now. I grab my bag and flee down the hallway like the hounds of hell are chasing me, his laughter following me the whole way. That was 3 days ago, and I still can't look Cole Anderson in the eye, which is difficult considering we share a 12 by 14-foot dorm room. I've developed an elaborate system of keeping my gaze fixed on literally anything except him. The ceiling tiles, the scuff marks on the floor, my textbooks, the inside of my eyelids. Anything is better than risking another glimpse of those abs and having my brain melt all over again. The problem is that Cole seems to find my discomfort hilarious, and he is definitely making it worse on purpose. Like right now, I'm sitting at my desk, trying desperately to focus on my English literature syllabus, when I hear the rustle of fabric behind me. My entire body tenses. Hey, Asher. Cole's voice comes from way too close. Can you tell me if this muscle looks uneven? Don't look. Don't look. Don't. I look. He is standing next to my desk in nothing but a pair of gray sweatpants that should be illegal, flexing his bicep. The muscle bulges impressively, and I can see every vein running down his forearm. My mouth goes dry. What? This one. He flexes harder, and dear God, I didn't know arms could do that. Does it look smaller than the other one? I think my left side might be lagging. They both look perfect. They both look like they could bench press a car. They both look like they belong on the cover of a fitness magazine, not in a dorm room with my poor, innocent virgin eyes. They look the same. My voice comes out about 3 octaves higher than normal. Cole grins, and there is that wicked gleam in his green eyes again. You sure? Maybe you should feel them, get a better comparison. I nearly fall out of my chair. No, that is, they're definitely the same. Completely even, great muscles, gold star, 10 out of 10. I'm babbling, I'm absolutely babbling, and from the way his grin widens, he knows it. If you say so, Rumi. He stretches his arms over his head, and I watch in horror as his entire torso elongates, every ab muscle becoming even more defined. I'm gonna grab a shower. Try not to miss me too much. He winks, actually winks, before sauntering toward the bathroom, and I drop my forehead onto my desk with a thunk. This is my life now. This is how I die. Death by roommate's abs. My phone buzzes with a text from my best friend Jamie from back home. Jamie, how is college? Made any friends yet? I stare at the message, then at the bathroom door where I can hear the shower turning on. Me, it is complicated. Jamie, it has been 3 days. Jamie, how complicated can it be? I don't even know where to start. The awkwardness continues for another week. Cole seems to own exactly 3 shirts, and he wears them approximately never. I've started timing my schedule around his, coming back to the room only when I know he'll be at the gym or in class, leaving early in the morning before he wakes up. It is not sustainable, and I know it. I can't avoid my own dorm room forever. But every time I think about facing him, I remember the way he looked that first day, all golden skin and perfect muscles and that knowing smile, and my courage evaporates. It is Friday night, and I'm sitting in the library, pretending to study. Really, I'm just hiding. The library closes at midnight, which means I can kill a few more hours before I have to go back and face. There you are. I nearly jump out of my skin. Cole is standing next to my table, wearing a tight black t-shirt that should come with a warning label and his usual devastating smile. How did you find you? Dude, you've been hiding from me for a week and a half. The library was the obvious choice. He pulls out the chair across from me and sits down, folding his arms on the table. The movement makes his biceps strain against his sleeves. We need to talk. My heart is trying to escape my chest. About what? About you avoiding me like I have the plague. I'm not, Asher. His voice is gentle but firm. You leave the room before I wake up. You don't come back until you think I'm asleep. You've mapped out my entire schedule so you can avoid being alone with me. That first week, I thought it was funny. Now, I'm worried I actually made you uncomfortable. The genuine concern in his eyes makes my chest ache. I've been so busy being embarrassed that I didn't think about how my avoidance might seem to him. You didn't, I say quickly. I mean, it is not you, it is me. I gesture helplessly at myself. I'm not good at this. At what? At having a hot roommate who walks around shirtless all the time. The words are out before I can stop them. Cole's eyebrows shoot up, and I want to sink through the floor. I mean, not that. I didn't mean. I bury my face in my hands. Oh God. Forget I said anything. There is a long moment of silence. Then Cole speaks, and his voice is softer than I've ever heard it. You think I'm hot. I peek through my fingers. He is leaning forward, elbows on the table, and that cocky smile is gone. Instead, he looks almost hopeful. Are you serious right now? I drop my hands. Have you seen yourself? You look like you were photoshopped by Greek gods. I walked in on you changing and nearly had a religious experience. A surprised laugh bursts out of him. A religious experience? I saw the light, Cole. The light was reflecting off your abs. He is full on laughing now, and despite my mortification, I feel my own lips twitching. This is ridiculous. This whole situation is ridiculous. For the record, Cole says when he has caught his breath, I wasn't trying to torture you. Well, he has the grace to look sheepish, maybe a little, but only because you're cute when you blush. My brain screeches to a halt. What? Come on, Asher. Why do you think I kept walking around shirtless? Why do you think I kept asking you to check my muscles? He reaches across the table and gently pulls my hands away from where I've started to cover my face again. I was flirting with you, you oblivious freshman. You were. I stare at him, but you're you, and I'm me. Yeah, his thumbs brush over my knuckles, and I shiver. You're the cute guy with the messy black hair who trips over his own feet. The one who blushes every time I look at him. The one who makes the most adorable squeaking noises when he is flustered. I don't squeak, I protest, weakly. You absolutely squeak. He is grinning again, but it is different now, warmer, and it is fucking adorable. I don't know what to say. My brain has officially given up processing information. Cole Anderson, gorgeous, confident, perfect Cole Anderson, has been flirting with me. So, Cole says, still holding my hands, now that we've established that you think I'm hot and I think you're cute, maybe we can stop with the avoiding each other thing? I actually really liked having you as a roommate, before you started treating our room like a hostage situation. A surprised laugh bubbles out of me. I'm sorry. I just didn't know how to act around you after you got a free show. He waggles his eyebrows, and I groan. Come on, let's go back to the room. I promise to put a shirt on if it'll make you feel better. Don't you dare, I blurt out, then immediately clap my hand over my mouth. Cole's grin could light up the entire library. Oh, really? I didn't. That is not shut up. But I'm smiling too, and for the first time in nearly 2 weeks, the knot of anxiety in my chest starts to loosen. We walk back to the dorm together, and it feels different now. Easier. Cole tells me about his classes, asks me about mine. It is normal. Nice. When we get back to the room, true to his word, he immediately pulls his shirt off and tosses it onto his bed. I try very hard to act like a normal person about it. I fail completely. You're staring, Cole says, amused. I'm studying, I correct, for anatomy. You're basically a walking textbook. Smooth. But he is smiling as he flops onto his bed. Hey, Asher, yeah, I'm glad you walked in on me that day. I look over at him, at the way he is sprawled across his bed, all lean muscle and easy confidence. But his eyes are soft, and there is no teasing in his expression now. Yeah, I say quietly. Me too. Things are better after that. Easier. We fall into a comfortable rhythm. Cole still walks around shirtless. I've accepted this as an unchangeable fact of life, but now I'm allowed to look. Encouraged to, even. And look I do. Probably too much. Definitely too much. But Cole doesn't seem to mind. If anything, he seems to enjoy the attention. He starts asking me to help him with his workout routine, which means I spend an embarrassing amount of time watching him do push-ups and pull-ups and various other exercises. That should come with a warning label. You're a terrible spotter, he tells me one evening, doing bicep curls while I sit on his bed, allegedly watching his form. You're not even paying attention. I am paying attention, very close attention, to your form, he snorts. My form is fine. You're staring at my ass. Your form involves your ass. Asher Flynn, are you objectifying me? Absolutely. You objectified me first by existing. He sets down his weights and turns to me, and there is that look again. The one that makes my stomach flip. Come here. Why? Just come here. I slide off the bed and walk over to him, hyper aware of how close we are. He is sweaty from his workout, his skin gleaming, and I can smell his deodorant mixed with something uniquely Cole. What? I ask, tilting my head back to meet his eyes. He reaches out and tucks a strand of my black hair behind my ear. The gesture is so gentle, so intimate, that my breath catches. I really want to kiss you right now, he says softly. My heart stops, restarts, attempts to beat its way out of my chest. Then why don't you? It is the boldest thing I've ever said in my life, and I watch his eyes darken. Because once I start, he murmurs, his hand sliding to cut my jaw, I don't think I'll be able to stop. Who said, I want you to stop? The words are barely out of my mouth before his lips are on mine. I've been kissed before, awkward, fumbling kisses with my high school girlfriend before I figured out girls definitely weren't my thing. But this is nothing like that. This is heat and hunger and Cole's hand in my hair, his other arm wrapping around my waist to pull me flush against him. I can feel every inch of him against me, his chest, his abs, the way his muscles shift as he holds me. It is overwhelming in the best possible way. When he finally pulls back, we're both breathing hard. His forehead rests against mine, and his eyes are so green up close, flecked with gold. I've wanted to do that since the day you moved in, he admits, even though I screamed and ran away. Especially because you screamed and ran away. It was the cutest thing I'd ever seen. He kisses me again, softer this time. You have no idea what you do to me, Asher. I think I have some idea. I can feel exactly what I do to him, pressed against my hip. My face heats, but I don't pull away. Cole? I've never, I don't really know what I'm doing. He pulls back to look at me, his expression tender. Hey, we don't have to do anything you're not ready for. I'm happy to just kiss you all night if that is what you want. That is not. I take a breath. I want to. I just wanted you to know that I'm probably going to be terrible at it. His laugh is warm and genuine. Trust me, you won't be terrible. But we're taking this slow, okay? No rush. He kisses my forehead, my nose, my lips. I've got all the time in the world for you. We do take it slow. Over the next few weeks, Cole proves to be the most patient person in the world. He lets me set the pace, never pushes, always checks in. But he also continues to be himself, which means the shirtless parade continues, now with added benefits. Like the way he pulls me onto his lap while we watch movies, or how he kisses me goodbye every morning before class, or the way his hands wander just a little bit further each time we make out on his bed. He is also surprisingly sweet. He brings me coffee when I'm studying late. He helps me with my calculus homework. Turns out, he is a math whiz. When I mention missing my mom's cooking, he learns to make my favorite soup. You're perfect, you know that? I tell him one night. We're tangled together on his bed, my head on his chest, his fingers running through my hair. Far from it, but he sounds pleased. Perfect for me, then. He tilts my chin up and kisses me slowly. Yeah, I think I am. The turning point comes on a rainy Saturday night in October. I've just finished a shower, steam still clinging to my skin, a towel wrapped around my waist. I step out of the bathroom, and immediately my foot hits a wet spot on the tile. I don't even have time to yell before I'm falling. Strong arms catch me, and suddenly I'm pressed against Cole's chest, my towel barely holding on, his hands steadying me at my waist. Careful, he murmurs, but his voice is rough. I look up at him, water droplets from my hair falling onto his shirt. We're so close, I can see the darker ring around his irises, the way his pupils dilate as he stares down at me. Thanks for the catch, I whisper, his hands tighten on my waist. Yeah, do you know how hard it has been? Watching you walk around in nothing but a towel, trying to be a gentleman. My breath hitches. Who said you had to be a gentleman? Something shifts in his expression. You know what is funny. His voice is low, dangerous in the best way. That first day, When you walked in on me? What about it? I didn't lock the door on purpose. I blink. What? I heard you coming down the hall. I knew you had the wrong key. The rat told me about the mix-up. I had plenty of time to put on a shirt or lock the door. His thumb traces circles on my hip, and I shiver. But I wanted you to see me. Why? Because from the moment I saw your student housing profile photo, I thought you were the cutest guy I'd ever seen. And when you showed up in person, all nervous and shy with those big blue eyes, he leans down, his lips brushing my ear. I knew I had to have you. Cole, my voice is shaky. These past weeks, walking around shirtless, flexing, asking you to feel my muscles, it was all to get a reaction, to see if you wanted me too. He pulls back to look at me. And your reactions, Asher? God, the way you blush, the way you can't stop staring, the way your breath catches when I get too close. It has been driving me crazy. I thought you were just being friendly or teasing me. I was seducing you, you oblivious freshman. He laughs softly. Not very successfully, apparently, since I had to spell it out for you in the library. I'm not very good at reading signals. I noticed. It is adorable. His hands slide up my sides, and I gasp. So tell me, Asher, now that you know I've been trying to seduce you this whole time, how do you feel about it? I swallow hard. My towel is slipping. His hands are on my skin, and I've never wanted anything more in my life than I want him right now. I think, I say, meeting his eyes, that you should probably kiss me before I pass out. Oh, I can do better than that. He kisses me like he has been holding back for weeks, which, I guess, he has. It is deep and demanding, and when his tongue traces my bottom lip, I open for him without hesitation. My hands come up to grip his shoulders, and I can feel his muscles flexing under my palms. He walks us backward until my legs hit his bed, and then we're falling together, him careful not to crush me as we land on the mattress. My towel gives up the fight entirely, and I'm suddenly very aware that I'm naked, except for my boxers, pressed against my very attractive, very muscular roommate. Is this okay? Cole asks, his voice rough. He is holding himself above me, arms caging me in, and he looks like every fantasy I've had since that first day. More than okay, I breathe, but you're wearing too many clothes. His grin is wicked. Yeah, want to do something about that. My hands shake slightly as I reach for the hem of his shirt, but I manage to pull it up and over his head, and there it is, that perfect chest that has been haunting my dreams. But now I'm allowed to touch. So I do. I run my hands over his pecs, down his abs, trace that V-line that disappears into his jeans. He shudders under my touch, his eyes falling closed. Asher, he groans. You're killing me. Payback, I murmur, for all the shirtless torture. He opens his eyes and looks down at me, and the heat in his gaze makes my mouth go dry. You want payback. I can give you payback. Then his mouth is on my neck, kissing and sucking, definitely leaving marks. His hand slides down my side, over my hip, and when his fingers brush the waistband of my boxers, I actually whimper. Tell me what you want, he murmurs against my skin. You, I want you. You have me, baby. You've had me since day one. Latter, much later, we're tangled together in his bed, sweaty and satisfied and completely wrecked in the best way. My head is on his chest, rising and falling with his breathing, and his fingers are drawing lazy patterns on my back. So, I say, my voice rough, that happened. His laugh rumbles through his chest. Yay, that definitely happened. You okay? I'm more than okay. I push myself up on my elbow to look at him. That was incredible. You're incredible. He reaches up to cup my face, his thumb brushing my cheekbone. You're pretty incredible yourself. For someone who claimed to not know what they were doing, you were. He makes a strangled noise. Let's just say you're a very fast learner. I flush with pleasure, good teacher, the best. He pulls me down for a kiss, slow and sweet. So, what do we do now? What do you mean? I mean, are we doing this? Like, officially? He looks almost nervous, which is adorable on him. Because I don't do casual, Asher. If we're doing this, I'm all in. My heart swells. I'm all in too. Have been since you caught me staring at your abs for the 5th time in one day. Only the 5th, I counted at least 20. Shut up, but I'm smiling as I kiss him again. Yes, Cole, let's do this officially. Be my boyfriend. Your boyfriend who walks around shirtless and makes you blush. My boyfriend who I'm allowed to tackle into bed whenever I want now. His eyes light up. I like the sound of that. Think you can handle dating someone who spends half his life at the gym. Think you can handle dating someone who still squeaks when you flex at him. Asher, that is my favorite part. We fall asleep like that, wrapped around each other, and when I wake up the next morning to find him watching me with soft eyes and a tender smile, I think about that first day, how mortified I was, how sure I was that I'd ruined everything. Turns out, walking in on your roommate changing can be the best accident of your life. 3 months later, and I've completely adjusted to dorm life with Cole, which is to say, I've accepted that my boyfriend is an exhibitionist who owns exactly 2 shirts and wears them only under threat of death. You're staring again, Cole says. Without looking up from his textbook, he is sprawled across his bed in nothing but sweatpants. Because of course he is. I'm appreciating, I correct. There is a difference. And what exactly are you appreciating? The way the light hits your obliques. Very aesthetic. He finally looks up, grinning. Aesthetic, huh? Come here and appreciate them up close. I abandon my own studying and crawl onto his bed, settling between his legs with my back against his chest. His arms come around me immediately, and I sigh contentedly. Better? He murmurs against my hair. Much. We study like that for a while. Or at least, Cole studies while I pretend to study, and mostly just enjoy being wrapped up in him. His presence is warm and solid behind me, and I can feel his heartbeat against my back. Hey, Asher? Yeah, remember when you used to hide from me? I groan. Please don't remind me. I was an idiot. You were adorable. You still are. He kisses the top of my head, but I'm glad you stopped running away. Me too. I turn in his arms to face him. Best accidental door opening of my life. Wasn't an accident on my end, he reminds me, that wicked smile playing at his lips. I know, you master seducer. You worked, didn't it? I lean up to kiss him. Yeah, it really did. From down the hall, someone starts blasting music, and we both laugh. College life isn't always perfect. There are early morning classes and terrible cafeteria food, and neighbors who don't understand the concept of quiet hours. But none of that matters when I have Cole, my roommate, my boyfriend, my personal trainer, in both the gym and the bedroom, the guy who taught me that sometimes the best things in life come from the most embarrassing moments. I love you, I tell him, because I can now, because it is true. His eyes soften, and he kisses me slowly. I love you too, Asher Flynn, my cute, blushing, squeaking boyfriend. I told you, I don't squeak. He flexes his arms, and I absolutely squeak. His laugh is warm and rich and home. This awkward, wonderful, completely unexpected thing is exactly where I'm supposed to be.